everybody, welcome back. Where are you guys off to? Good morning.
Library.
We're going to the library. Just set up an auger there this morning. We just got a few ton of peas coming that someone had left over, so they said they were going to be here at 9 o'clock. Well, I set it up and they're not here yet. It's past 9, but that's all right. They should be here shortly. Yeah, apparently Graham was up throwing up last night in the middle of the night, so he sprung that little job on me this morning, but that's all right. We've got those few peas there in the bin, and we're probably going to need them, judging with the way things are going and the amount of sheep we're feeding at the moment. I do have the jumper on, I think for the first time since summer today. It's the first time I've really felt like wearing one. I think I got down to about 7 degrees this morning, so starting to see that seasonal shift after what was a pretty warm summer and a very warm start to autumn. So I was checking the weather when I was away, and it was sort of saying every day the temperature was up around 30, so she hung in there a while. Just given that its last coat of paint from last episode, and then I can put all that back together. I might run in now and just order that door seal for the bottom of the air seater, that one that was all compressed from last episode as well. And yeah, the dealer's only about 2k's away, so I'd rather just go face to face when I do this stuff a lot of the time, so I'll just drive the 2k's there and order the parts. And also, you might see I'm driving this old Triton single cab here at the moment. Well, I dropped mine off to have the tray tizzied up while I was away, and they just didn't do it. So got back to Adelaide and went to go pick it up, and it hadn't been done, so you can imagine my absolute delight about that. Parts ordered.
Conditions with high pressure holding firm for 2, maybe 3 weeks at a time. I've seen that many times over the past 30 years. Now, the sea surface temperatures around Australia...
I feel like I have a lot to catch up on, and unfortunately at the moment that catching up involves getting machinery ready for seeding still. So I've got this air tank that I pulled out before I went away. I'm going to throw that back in, and I think then we might just crack on and try and get some oils and filters changed on this thing. There's not a lot to do to it, but if I can get it done, you know, filters and oils changed, then it's a job off the list and I can kind of forget about it then. Now, I've got to hand it to you guys, because it is amazing how close-minded you can be when you're thinking about something. And yeah, when I got this air tank priced up after it blew that little hole in it, I just was a one-track mind. I was thinking you just got to get it through nitro if you want a new one, but a few people said, oh, you know, it looks like it's probably a fairly generic air tank off of a truck. So even someone said have a look at Maxi parts. And I swear that your mobile phone listens to what you talk about, because I mentioned it, and then not long afterwards I opened up my phone and I had an advertisement on Facebook from Maxi Parts about air tanks. So is that a coincidence? I don't really know, but no doubt that air tank looks very generic. That looks very, very similar, honestly. Like the brackets, the mounting brackets, a lot of it just looks the same. So I'm going to measure this tank up and then see if something compares to it, and then maybe when I'm down in Adelaide next I might even be able to go take a look at one of these and see if I can't pick up a new one. But that's $200. Through Nitro, it was going to cost over $2,000 to get a new one here quickly. So anyway, we'll measure it up and see what we can come up with. Otherwise, some other people said, yeah, you could look for a used truck one or something like that. So that's always an option as well. But I like to look at those ones if I can find a match. Ooh, it's a bit of a reach back there. How many litres does this thing take? I can't remember. Try talking to 51. Back tailgate's a little bit stiff, that's what's making all that noise. It's been stiff ever since we bought it, but have a look at that, it doesn't want to go back down. Geez, Luke's been bloody good to us while I've been away for 3 weeks. He helped Graham cart his wheat that was up at Ramsden and backloaded with fertiliser. He probably picked up some of his own fertiliser as well when he did all that, but and then he actually messaged, I was messaging him while I was away. He said, oh, do you want any any gypsum? I said, well, I do, but I haven't organised anything. And I was overseas, he's organised it and he's dropped it off. I totally forgot that he was even coming today until he rang me earlier. So yeah, bloody unreal. Yeah, tipping that stuff out is a bit sketchy. It is really nice to have 2 people there because it can really hang up in the tipper, and if it hangs up the top end or the top of the tipper, it can make the tipper sort of go one way or the other. So it is nice to have 2 people there watching it just to make sure it's coming out nice and evenly. Make him feel any better by just teeing off and being an absolute a-hole.
Yeah, and like, and as well,
Alright, oil filters, fuel filters, air filters, all changed. We're full of oil, bled the fuel. Let's kick it and see what it does. So I think we might blow the radiator out on this, throw some grease into it. That's about all I've really got to do to this machine. I did quite a lot of stuff to it last year, so there's not heaps to do, which is really nice. So we'll get those last couple of jobs done. I will have to grease the boom, but I'll do that another day when I'll have to move the truck out the way. There's a bit of a mess here. Dad's doing some repairs to the old tipper here that we use for carting a bit of dirt and stuff around for these days. It was all cracked out down around the hoist, so you can see some of the floor missing from there. So it's all some cracks along here and stuff. He's trying to fix that up so we can finish filling in that creek that I showed you guys a few episodes ago, I suppose. how long do you think this crack will last before it finally gives up? I have noticed this over the last probably 6 months, this crack here, and yeah, it's definitely making its way down the tyre further. Well, that is good. That is very good. We've made some very good progress on this. Yeah, filters are all done, tyre pressures, radiators blown out, greased. Oh, I cleaned out the cab, cleaned the windows, sorted out all the stuff in the cab there ages ago. So this thing is just about good to go. A bit of grease in the boom, that's it. And of course, there's always more jobs I could be doing to it, but they're luxury jobs. As long as it'll go, that's what we need first. I figured we might as well put the most expensive part of it in the shed over the weekend, so these two parts in, this bit can stay out for a little while. It's been in the shed for a long time. Alright, let's go wet some gypsum down so it doesn't blow away on us. Ooh, yeah, that's full. Nice. I do not have a very big gypsum and lime spreading program this year given the drought. Just don't want to spend any money that I don't have to, so it's really just that one truckload of gypsum that's going to get spread where the canola's going in, just as a sulphur source for the canola. So that's it, we'll get that done. Nice, quick, simple and easy spreading program. Sun setting on a beautiful autumn day today. It was really nice. Cool morning, but warm and sunny. It'll be nice once this washaway's finished being filled in. Well, blow me down. I should have filled up before I came out here. I thought I'd have enough in that tank, but I ran out, so I've got half the pile to do, or the other half, so I'll have to go back and fill up and come back. So while that's filling up, I did mention this morning that it was a little bit nippy. And that means it's not going to be too long until we need to start heating the house. And to heat the house, we're going to need some wood. So it's Saturday tomorrow. I'm thinking the Law Fair's on. We're going to head over to that with the kids and then stay over there Saturday night. And then Sunday, we'll just duck over to Arabra. It's only about 10 minutes away to our block of land there. And start cutting some wood. So I should probably get the chainsaw out and make sure it's going to start and tighten the chain and all that sort of stuff, sharpen it. So we'll get this bad boy, start getting this checked over, I think. We are going to need a solid 6 tonne of wood, I think, to get through the winter. So guess who gets to cut all of that? Yours truly. Excuse the absolute mess here on this bench at the moment. It is a pretty new chain, but yeah, we always sharpen it every tank full of fuel anyway, so we'll run a file over this in a minute. Do it after I go finish wetting down that gypsum, otherwise I'll start and I'll lose track of what I'm doing. That way I know where I start. Alrighty guys, that's all I've got for you for this episode, so thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, you know what to do. If not, all good. You guys have yourselves a good one, and until next time, see ya.